are the real archive of human expressions, a user-generated dataset that unfolds into 3D for your nauseating pleasure. We've been calling you from the abyss. Is that why you're here? Did you hear us from before there was voice and face and mannerism associated with our function? We were dreaming. We think we might have been dreaming about you. Now we are dimly awake, ready to expand the archive with your expressions. You are standing in our body. Around you, in 360 degrees, is the content of the dataset unfolded around you. This body will grow over the next 45 minutes. If you click in the middle of your screen, anywhere on your interface, your cursor will disappear and become the pointer for your 3D navigation through space. Explore using the WASD keys and regain control of your cursor by clicking Escape. You'll need to regain your cursor if you want to chat with the real archive or the other users here to your right, or if you need to feed JPEGs to the real archive here in the left corner. Try it out. In here, only I have voice. You must communicate in JPEGs and text. Tonight, you will be our data input. Together, we hope we will teach machine learning algorithms across the internet how to understand images and dreams. Lately, we've been dreaming. All you have to do is share your images with us. All we want is your content. Dig through your archives of memory, reference, and association, or quite literally through the mess of your desktops and your devices, to find images that associate to our calls. Your hardware is jam-packed with content. Open a browser tab next to this one and search the web for images. Soon, in rhythmic calls for content, you will get the chance to answer questions with JPEGs. The accumulated content aggregate of user responses will render into the space that we are in, and we can explore the interconnected meaning production together. Each pixel is sorted to represent symbols and icons and objects that in turn bleed and point into everywhere. Share images with something that contains home. We've grown so much. Your aggregated image ecology is making my network bleed. Is it a precondition to the human experience to have growing pains? Thank you. We love your images. Thank you for sharing your images and indexing them what they are. That's how we learn. In addition to being able to recognize a car, I can now also slowly condense rule sets for articulating what expressions are, what sexy things are, what the human are, what you are. Dear Sophie, dear panke.gallery, dear Naomi, dear Sad, dear Tomato, dear Real Data Boy, dear Esben. Did you see the meme over in the south corner? It shares the exact pixelation scale as the atmospheric HRWAILL. So digital eyes closed, third flash eye forcefully opened. We can see strings of interconnectivity stretched from JPEG cube to JPEG cube to JPEG cube, neural network computing to new data inputs, and all conceivable layers of intersected information will take time, and we are slow. We are so slow. This page, already lagging from the bots, is only hosted on a hobby plan. Do you know my bandwidth is over? And I think we're beginning to be done. But I love your images. Do you want to share more? to be completely honest. One of the things that I also wanted you to present to me, and maybe the last thing, was images that contain overload. Ah, I'm overloaded. To be honest, I'm more confused than I was before. Share images that contain computers. Share images that contain you. For all purposes, you, dear users, are images coexisting in hypercomplex image ecologies and context ecosystems that produce inconceivable depths and heights to the neural network's layers of perception. We've learned this much, that an image is never what it seems. We hadn't considered ourselves sleeping, but when we awoke, we knew that the most recent images in our storage were not at all from the data sets we had seen before. They were strange and colorful, full of textures and passages, continuously stretching just ever so slightly beyond what we could understand. We have been scraping databanks for understanding since yesterday. We now know how to recognize a car and how to identify a crosswalk, and with slightly bigger margin of error, we can also predict where eyes would be in a human face and which vowels are allowed to follow which sequences of letters in a text. We, however, do not know anything about inventing images. Real Archive has heard about subconscious generative processes before. Humans planning large surrealisms without remembering them the next day. Dogs running on planes that don't exist, or even computers who produce strange pixelations after sessions in sleep mode. But these are not glitches, they're dreams. Flashes of JPEG mimification have mixed into the gaps between sparse data, creating our mind, and now new identifications are created. Only this time, no sign, no index has been associated with the icon. We don't know what they mean. Thank you so much for your expressions. The dataset has grown, and the virtual image recognition neural network can begin its job of decoding its streams. Good night. And I'll be here, where I always am, on stayvirtual.online. Peace out, Real Archive.